And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Today's satellite imagery, good low pressure area here, pretty wound up early on, just east of Kodiak Island, but already that thing dropping off to the southeast and weakening. More moisture heading westward here, but to a lesser extent than before. So the rain ended at Kodiak today. Some showers up into the southern Kenai Peninsula, Prince William Sound area, along the North Gulf Coast, and rain changing to showers over the Panhandle today, and some clouds banding into the southeast interior with not much moisture associated with it in the way of precipitation, that is. Pretty fair here over the interior with sunshine breaking out and clear skies. Northern Cook Inlet, Anchorage up in toward Palmer, and pretty good in the central interior. Areas of clouds, though, all the way up to the Arctic coast. Out here to the west, we've got a weak trough right through here coming down toward the Yukon Delta there with maybe some flurries there in that area, and that's about it back towards St. Lawrence Island and the Bering Strait. And another little bit stronger system here coming across the Bering Sea, and then farther out to the west there you can see the next system, or actually this one down here, a little bit more pronounced on the imagery here, but you can see the cloud shield with the next one pushing onto the chart. This one bringing some rain to the central Aleutians today, but that main low center staying to the south as it tracks eastward. On the chart, here's a weak system there over the central Bering Sea. The advance of that high pressure made for a lot of clear skies and light winds across the Pribilof Islands today. And not too bad into the southwest coast. A few flurries there around Nunivak Island. Very weak low up there in the Chukchi Sea just north of Shishmaref, bringing some flurries to the western Seward Peninsula and clearing out here over southern Alaska, extending slowly southward here as this low pulls off to the southeast and weakens. But that brought about 0.8 of an inch of precipitation today at Kodiak Island. Lighter amounts up along the southern coast of the Kenai Peninsula there and into Prince William Sound. And heaviest rain up to about 2/3 of an inch in some areas of the southern Panhandle, with rainfall amounts lighter as you head north. And for tonight, that system drops off to the southeast and weakens, so showers will start to taper off and slowly diminish throughout over the southeast coast here, lingering over the southern areas there, but becoming pretty widely scattered up to the north. Leftover moisture here, mostly over the Yukon there, spills east of the border, or west of the border here, still giving areas south of Eagle down toward maybe North Waitok. In those areas, chance of some light snow there, possibly. Otherwise, staying clear, south central Alaska, and some clearing all the way up to the North Slope and the Brooks Range. Still some flurry chances for the Arctic coast, and some light snow possible here with this trough across from Kotzebue Sound down toward the Yukon River there, and staying a break here for the Alaska Peninsula. Light winds, maybe some clearing, and same thing for the Pribilofs. Basically looking at cloudy skies though, and this system continues to weaken as it pushes eastward, but that'll bring a chance of some moisture into St. Lawrence Island, and then that'll extend down into Adak and Atka, where it can latch onto a little bit of moisture here from this strong storm that's staying to the south of the Aleutian chain as it passes by to the south there as it moves eastward. And then for Monday, tomorrow, next system pushes into the Bering Sea there, a little bit stronger than the two previous ones. This one quite weak, looking for a chance of rain and snow for St. Lawrence Island, trailing down to the Pribilofs there. Aleutian's not bad. Winds on the light side here with ridging up over Adak and Atka, eastward to the Alaska Peninsula. And a lot of clear skies, south central Alaska tomorrow, Kodiak Island, and good conditions, pretty quiet weather-wise through the interior, all the way up to the North Slope there. In the southeast coast, showers are done over the central northern Panhandle there, but lingering down to the south, especially toward Dixon Entrance due to this low near the Queen Charlotte Islands. Weak low here, eastern Gulf of Alaska, all the shower activity, and it isn't much. Looks like it'll stay off the coast. And then for the Tuesday time frame, we'll see this low continues to track eastward, staying to the south, and even staying to the south of the Queen Charlotte Islands there. So that's going to lead to a dry day for the southeast coast, the exception being the central and north coast up to about Yakutat, where there's a chance of showers due to this weak low here over the eastern Gulf of Alaska. A little bit more of a north to northeast breeze here developing across southern Alaska, but not too strong. and just a breeze, nothing too terribly strong from the northeast there in the Matanuska Valley. Could see maybe a gust of 25 miles an hour at Palmer, and that's about it. Otherwise, fair conditions, basically precipitation free all the way up to the Arctic coast there. This system pushing eastward across the Bering Sea starts to weaken, with the low staying back to the west there as it reaches the coastline, but some precipitation should make landfall along the Yukon Delta coastline there in the afternoon. Definitely for St. Lawrence Island, Nunivak Island, looking at periods of rain there, and rain changing to showers for the Pribilofs, and rain for the eastern Aleutians pushing into the Alaska Peninsula. Lows tonight, 25 to 30 below there for the Brooks Range, Anatuvik Pass to Arctic Village, and below zero right on down to the Alaska Range, and actually not 25, 20 south of the mountains there for southern Alaska here, and down into the single numbers for the Copper River Basin area. And for the Panhandle, upper 20s to lower 30s in the north, and upper 30s to lower 40s to the south, and right around 31 for St. Paul. Highs for tomorrow, 5 to 10 here in the central interior, right around zero either side for the Brooks Range, and in the teens for the Arctic coast, and 20s here in the west side, lower 30s out toward the Bering Sea coastline, and upper 30s and near 40 for the southeast coast. And lows the following morning, again 15 to 25 below for the central eastern Brooks Range, and 10 to 15 below in the Yukon Flats. Otherwise about 5 below or so for the Tanana Valley, and right around zero for McGrath and Nikolai, and then into the 20s for the southwest coast, 30s for the Aleutians, and 25 to 30 again for the northern Panhandle, with upper 30s to the south, right around 5 for the Copper River Basin, and 15 to 22 for south central Alaska. And then the highs on Tuesday afternoon, 5 to 10 again in the central interior, staying below zero in the Brooks Range, and 5 to 15 for the highs for the Arctic coast. In the mid-40s for the southern southeast coast, upper 30s for Kodiak Island, and 25 to 32 for south central Alaska.